Happy Monday, said no one ever, but I'm saying it. How is everyone doing? Welcome back. We had two great shows on Friday. I'm glad everyone came back to say hi. If you missed the members live, well, I'm telling you what, that was a lot of fun and hilarious. So let's see who's in here. Good morning, Celeste. Good morning, Aggie. Shannon, Georgia Peach. Uli. Kindness Sprinkles. Don was in the county because his 911 call connected to Hawkins County. Yeah, what you think about that? Little tough to claim you're at work when the call went straight to Hawkins County, huh? Gonna be talking a lot about Don today. Preschool Granny, good morning. Kayla, good morning. Big T, good morning. Mama K, good morning. Muffin Top, thank you for the flowers. They're beautiful. I love flowers. Momo, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Sonia, good morning. What did everybody do this weekend? We had just a real laid back weekend. Went to breakfast yesterday with my son and his fiance. Just did some stuff around the house. Girl Friday Finds. Ooh, what a cool name. Cool name, Danielle. Did anybody watch the Oscars? I didn't watch. I heard that Will Smith won, which kind of goes along with our thumbnail today, The Fresh Prince of Ben Hill Road. I don't know who else won. Chapters of Crime, good morning. Love that name. Sherry Ann, good morning. Forgive me, I'm a little stopped up today. Fruit Loop, good morning. Good morning. Jen F, good morning. Grandma Brooke, good morning. Almost like my name. Almost like my name. Chris, good morning. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry. I'll catch you in the comments because you guys leave the coolest comments ever. Hello, Katie Bird. Hello, Pink. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Bex. Hello, Bob. Okay, so before I get started, hello, Nunya Business and JD Butter. Did anybody hear this recording that Ernie got of Dawn? Because it's disturbed the hell out of me. Not only that, but what Candace is saying. Okay? Okay, Katrina said, Dawn said in the beginning when he called 911, they had to transfer him to Hawkins. That would make more sense. That would make more sense. If he was out of the county, they would have to transfer him to the proper county. I don't know. I don't know, but there's more stuff coming out left and right. The only reason that stuff is coming out so much is because we are getting to an arrest. Okay? We're getting to an arrest. It's disturbing. If my thoughts and theories were correct, this would have been solved back in June. All right? I'm being totally honest. If I thought of it, law enforcement would have already solved it. Okay? So I'm going to get to some comments, and then we are going to get on with the show. Hang on. All right. Love your comments. Love your comments. This is from last Friday's show where we talked about, was it a meetup or a setup? Still not totally convinced that they are not throwing Don under the bus. He is a very hard person to try to sympathize with. Matter of fact, I don't think I'll ever be able to. But anyway, so it's from that show. Wise Old Lady said, Tim might be an accessory to the fact since he downloaded what was on the phone. I agree. I agree. Let me explain why I agree with that. He has no business going through Dawn's phone. Dawn is a suspect. Candace is a suspect. You know what I'm saying? He has no business going through any of their stuff. None. None. He has no business downloading it. He has no business injecting himself into this situation because he's not a media manager. If he's a media manager, they wouldn't be on YouTube. It's ridiculous. He would be scheduling things with local media, whether it's on camera or in print. Okay, like Dr. Phil, behavioral panel, I give him that. Chris McDonough. We wouldn't be getting drunk going to talk to Ernie. So he's not a media manager. There's something else going on there with him. Come on, there's something else going on there. Debbie said Jody Sue and her son are the ones who said there was a scream. Dawn and Candace or Ronnie Lawson can believe it or not. Dawn and Candace never said they heard the scream themselves. Sometimes they run with it, sometimes not. But it was Jody Sue who said she heard it. Yes, Jody Sue said that. She also said her kids heard it. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if Jody Sue heard a scream or not because I don't live there. I don't live there. I wasn't anywhere around, obviously, June 15th when Summer disappeared. The reason I chose this comment is for the obvious. When the scream works for Dawn and Candace, they use it. When the scream doesn't work for them, they say it didn't happen. When Jody Sue first came out and said she heard a scream that afternoon, Dawn said, "Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit." Then he's talking to WVLT, and he's going through his theory of how Summer was gasping for air, struggling as the abductor was taking her down the dog trail. That's when he said, and the neighbor heard a scream. Same with Candace. When evidence works for them or something that could be evidence, they use it. Or then they just say it didn't happen. Insane. Minnesota Gal said, Candace sounds like she's trying to distance herself from Dawn to me. She's gonna throw him under the bus. Just wait. That's what I'm seeing too. I'm going to play a couple of little recaps for us over what we went through the last couple of weeks. She's not in love with him anymore. She has a better chance of getting the boys back if she's divorced from him. She told Outlaw Trucker that she doesn't keep up with Dawn and doesn't even know where he was that day. That is how she describes the day that Summer Wells disappeared. That day. And she said it just like that. That day. Almost like there's a resentment in her voice about that day. Not concern, not caring. She says she doesn't know where Dawn was that day. But for the last 9.5 months, she has said Dawn was at work. But now we're saying, I don't know where he was that day. Amy says, Dawn was asked where he had lunch that day. He said, I think I went to the dollar store. Bam. He mentions dollar store. She mentions dollar store. Coincidence? Not buying it. Okay. Jill says, Hunter is the key, and he's told all to the police. They're waiting for Summer's body. Nobody knows where she is except Dawn. I'm starting to believe that as well. Candace on the outside, knowing where Summer is, I think by now would have given some sort of clue or inclination, considering the status of her mind right now, if you know what I mean. Rachel said, her saying that she doesn't know where Dawn was that day this whole time, she's been saying he was at work. And he was saying he was at work. So she's trying to cover her ass to put him under the bus. They're both guilty, though. I've had a lot of comments like this, guys. We're all thinking alike. Candace is suddenly adjusting her story to make Dawn look more guilty. Dawn doesn't need your help, Candace. He already looks guilty enough. So instead of teasing us and sprinkling in a little detail here and there, just spill it. Just spill it. Okay, here's another one. There was no scream, dude. It feels so matter of fact, like she knows that that's ridiculous. Because perhaps it's impossible since Summer wasn't even there to scream or was already deceased by then. Yeah, she says it so matter of fact. There was no scream, dude. She says it like that because she knows there was no scream. Did Summer even make it to that property? That's what I'm wondering. Did anyone see Summer Wells on Ben Hill Road the afternoon of June 15th. It's seeming less likely to me every day. Oh, we got Shannon backstage. Let's see what Shannon thinks. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Forgive me for my nasalness. I'm all stopped up. It's springtime and the allergies are killing me.
I've got them too, so you may hear a little snipple here and there too. So it's probably all of us. So I get it.
That's okay. That's okay. So before I get into the interview with Dawn, what do you think about those comments that just came in?
Ooh, let's see. The comment about where Candace says about the scream and the yell. I do know this is a fact because I live in the same type of terrain. They're called ridges.
Mm-hmm.
I can be sitting on my front porch and I could hear what sounds to be like a four-wheeler or a chainsaw or kids screaming and playing. And it sounds like it's coming from in front of my house when it's actually coming from up behind my house because the way that the sounds bounce off of certain things. And I think Candace didn't hear a scream because I think she knows what happened. So that's why she's adamant about, no, there was no scream, because
I don't doubt for a minute there wasn't a scream or lots of screams or lots of yelling, because when you're used to that type of pandemonium and the household that she kept, something like that wouldn't register with her. Even if Summer was screaming bloody murder, it wouldn't register with her because, for one, she's not a concerned parent, and two, she's used to a lot of chaos around her.
And I was thinking that with Jody Sue too, who said that she probably did hear a scream, but she didn't like the screams and the noises, and she would used to say she either blocked them out or I think she even recorded the noise she could hear from over there. But it's the way Candace says there's no scream, meaning like I know there wasn't a scream because I was there, and that's not what happened. Is what I'm thinking.
And I think it's the way she said it. It's just so matter of fact, puts it to bed. And when she says, there was no scream, dude, it's as
I was there.
It couldn't even have possibly happened, is how she's saying it.
Exactly.
Then when she goes into, I don't keep up with Donnie. I keep up with my kids, which we know she doesn't. We know she doesn't. I don't even know where he was that day.
Why is she saying that now? To throw him under the bus. And I think that's Candace and Grandis. And I mean, just look at her. As soon as he got locked up, she turns into a different looking woman, a happy woman with no cares in the world and nobody to control what she does or says. And yeah, maybe they are trying to pin this on him and throw him under the bus. But like you said, there's already enough against him that makes him look guilty, Just tell the truth.
Plenty to make him look guilty. They've looked, I mean, we're not going to sympathize with Dawn, okay? We're just not.
Right.
But it's hard not to look at what she's doing and what she's putting out there. Why did she never say before, I don't know where he was that day? Well, she has been adamant. He was at work.
He was at work. Yeah, he was at work.
He was at work. I wouldn't be surprised if his ass was at home all day. I really wouldn't.
At one point, he was with the boys, too. Yeah.
Or if he was at work half a day. Would anything surprise us at this point? Anything?
No. I used to keep saying that a month or two ago. I was like, oh my God, this just shocks me. Now it's like, it doesn't surprise me. It just really doesn't. And you just wait to hear the next bombshell come out. And
Yeah.
you're like,
And let's face it, Candace is not going to be forthcoming and do a lot to help Summer when Dawn was home. She's not
no,
going to. She doesn't want to deal with Dawn.
nope.
So I guess we're just going to get these little snippets of truth here and there.
I think so. I really think so.
So we're going to go back just a little bit, and then we're going to get to Dawn's phone call with Ernie. So hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
This is kind of where we were a couple of weeks ago and how things are unfolding.
Okay.
I love him, but I'm not in love with him anymore.
Right.
And I'll do anything for him because he's the kid's dad. But I cannot keep going the way I'm going. If that makes sense.
Yeah, look. And if you feel like that you will be in a better position for the boys and for Summer and for yourself, sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's hard. I mean, that's a hard thing.
Donnie's gonna hear this at the end of this, but it doesn't even matter. I love Donnie to death. He's my kid's dad. Hold on, Cam. Let me get this out.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Please let me get this out. I love Donnie to death. You know, I love him because he's the kid's dad. But as far as being in love with him anymore, I am done. He just doesn't understand how and what I feel.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I love him. I love him to death. No, Cam, this has nothing to do with you or Allie.
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't saying that. I was talking. I said I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get in between. You go ahead. That's what I was saying.
No, you're not. You're not in between. You're not in between. But I'm letting you know how I feel about the whole script.
Right.
I understand.
How I feel about the whole script. Did anyone catch
Yeah.
that? This is
Yes.
from Cracky Cases a few weeks ago. This is what I call the beginning of her unraveling. Even though she's been unraveling the whole time.
Wow.
And for someone who did not like YouTube, she's on YouTube more than Dawn. She's the one that started her own channel. Dawn didn't.
I hear she has another channel too.
I did not know that.
One's Candace Wells maybe, and one's Candace Bly. I could be wrong. I can't see chat, but I think she's got two channels.
I don't know. I only heard of one. I know she had one from like years and years ago where she put up pictures of the kids and stuff. Then she's got the one where she does her brave commentary on her life and the comings and goings of what's going on, if you know what I mean. But yeah, she's the script. The script. Well, who wrote the script, Candace?
Yeah.
You, Dawn, or your mom?
Somebody wrote it.
OG said 3 channels. 3 channels. Oh, boy.
Here we go. And she said that it's all the YouTubers out here making money off Summer's name. And that's called a hypocrite right there. So, wow.
Yeah. She also said that she doesn't have $4.99, but she's got a cancer stick hanging out of her mouth and she's drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's not free, but that's her metabolism, you know?
I laughed about that all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we're going to play that clip, and then we're going to go into what she said to Ernie. Then we're going to go into Dawn's recorded phone call with Ernie. Okay? Now, the last clip was from Cracking Cases. You can go back there. I'll put it in the bio, and you can watch all of it where she says she's not in love with Dawn anymore. Okay? Can't imagine why. So here we go.
I don't know about Jackie Dodd. I just heard about him. I don't know about Jody Stu. I've talked to Jody Stu time and time again. And every time she talks to me, her story has changed.
Like in how?
Okay, like, for instance, like, she said that she was down on the bottom after she heard somebody scream or whatever. She was never at the bottom of that driveway. I drove down there faster than chickens fucking fly.
Okay. So she said, so the scream, of course, is out of the question now, right? There was no scream, right?
There's no scream, dude. She's maced all that shit up. Lie. I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism.
This makes all that shit up. It's not. I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism.
Oh God.
Yet for months, with the Fresh Prince Ben Hill Road home, you said he was work all day.
Right.
Now you recently, as of last Wednesday night, I believe, said, I don't know where he was that day. And it's not in my metabolism to lie. Not in love with him and not in my metabolism to lie. Uh-huh.
We need to write Candace-isms.
Sorry, what'd you say, hon?
No, I was just saying we need to write down Candace-isms and make us a little chart or a little booklet. That way, in the future, if anybody needs to go through some of her videos, they'll understand what her Candace-isms are. Oh, well, that means this and that word means that. I think she meant to say it's not in my DNA to lie.
Which would be laughable in itself if she even used the right verbiage. That in itself would be hilarious. But to say it's not in my metabolism.
Oh, it was great.
That's never going to get old. Okay. That's never going to get old. So for when people are like in chat on Friday, they're like, okay, it was funny the first time, but give it up. Never going to give it up. I'll be talking about metabolism in 6 months from now. Okay.
Me too. It's amazing. I love it.
All right. Kind of all over the place today, but this whole phone call with Dawn, this with Candace is insane. All right. So again, on Ernie's channel, this is fair use. We're not giving any shade or anything to Ernie. We are talking about what a suspect in the disappearance of Summer Wells said in a recorded phone call between Donnie and Ernie. So here we go. You ready, Shan?
I am ready. Okay. Let's do it.
And if I sneeze or cough or something like that, I apologize. I will try to mute myself in advance. Just give me a bless you and excuse me in advance. So here we go.
Okay.
You're missing the live. I'm like, what?
Well, fuck, somebody had to wake you up out of your coma.
Yep. I'll tell you.
Hell, she talking about wake someone up out of their coma. What'd she do? Call him or something? What a weird.
She knows about that. Yeah.
By the way, do you guys hear any echo or anything? If you do, let me know, and I'll mute my mic while this is on. Sometimes I forget. Do you hear an echo, Shan?
I don't hear one on my end.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. So, woke him up out of his coma. All right, thank you, Candace.
What hat you got on right now? The red one?
Yeah.
The Route 66?
You're damn right.
For those of us, including me, that live on Route 66, take that hat off your damn head.
Oh, Lord. Well, hell. So,
take it off.
Have you got to talk to anybody about us trying to maybe do a search here in the next week or something? Get all that done?
Yeah, I actually kind of did, in a way.
Well, who the hell would she talk to? Okay, so Ernie's saying, did you get a chance to talk to anybody? Don't know who anybody would be. Dawn's in jail. We know she won't speak with law enforcement. Benny Shitcander, he has nothing to do with her. So who's she talking to? Her friend that she's staying with, which shouldn't matter, Grandis or Tim Mullen. You be the judge. So here we go. This is what she says about her property being searched. Now, mind you, in the frequently asked questions on the TBI newsroom, it says in writing, they have searched the property many times. But this is what the mother of a missing child says when it's brought up to search it again. Here we go.
Do you know how many times my property's actually been searched?
Well, what I want to search is not really the property. It's up behind the areas and stuff, up toward them caves. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know about any fucking caves out there. Really, I don't.
How could you not? It's your property. Okay, so she's getting real evasive. Evasive. Here we go.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I mean, I didn't know what we could do. Like I said, I had a bunch of people that was wanting to help you, and they just said pretty much they wanted to, for you to help too, and just what we could do. I've got a couple pictures that's never before been seen before, and nobody knows about them pretty much, and it's just some stuff I've had took them around and everything. I maybe later, when we get to talking a little bit more, I'll show them to you, and maybe we'll figure out if we can do it. I mean, who do we need to do? I mean, I'll get you the paperwork, whatever you need to do. Hell, I'll give you.
It's not that. I don't want nobody on my property because TBI, LE, FBI, everybody's already searched that property so much and twisted and turned it over and made a big Ellis mess.
Made a big house mess. Your house is already a mess. TBI, LE, FBI is already searched, which I do believe. I believe they've gone all over that property, in the house, under the house, the rafters, anything we've thought of, they've looked at. But it's the hesitation, not the, oh my God, yeah, please, let's look again. She's missing. Let's look again. They turned it over and made a big house mess. What? What are your thoughts?
To an already messy house. Come on now. I mean, that wasn't a palace, and you want to look again, look again. Let's find my daughter. Because, I mean, there's old cars up there. She was little. There's no telling where she could have crawled into and hid if she just walked away or whatever, or if something happened. Yeah, I didn't like her saying that, because it's like, I could understand her not wanting Ernie and his team up there.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about them. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of a mother whose daughter is missing. She says she was abducted. Now, mind you, I guess the right answer, if she was abducted, would be like, she's not here, she was abducted. But she doesn't say that. So obviously she knows it's true. Now, if we go to she wandered off and she's somewhere on that property, well, I mean, you yourself would be looking. She's got to be somewhere around here. I mean, Jose said she wandered off many times. So, I mean, her reaction isn't that she could have wandered off and is somewhere on the property or somewhere around there. So what are we saying?
She's not concerned. That it's almost like she knows y'all are wasting your time. She's not here, is what I feel. She's not here. I don't want y'all here. And she's just not here. And she'll say, I only go to the ends of my property. I don't go any further than that. I know my property. And she's not here. That's what she says.
But she's been all over that property, yet she's scared of birds and snakes.
Right.
Here we go. FBI, TBI, and LE searched and searched and searched and turned and made her house a big old mess. Well, God forbid, TBI, FBI, and LE, that you were up there looking for her missing daughter.
And made a mess.
Made a mess. How dare you?
And all kinds of bullshit.
Right.
And all kinds of bullshit. Okay.
So there's no caves back there then, are there?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Hmm.
But then I don't know because I don't go venture off my property. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. You didn't know. I've heard that a lot of people say there's a cave system back there. I mean, how does it run? Is it like the houses, and then there's a little bit of a creek or something in the back, or how is that?
man, I don't even know. Like everybody talks so much crazy shit. Like I don't even know. Like I've lived there for 14 years. I don't even fucking deal with any of my neighbors.
All right. Well, how far have you been back up in there?
Well, I haven't.
Oh, okay. How far did the TBI go back up in there and the law enforcement?
I don't know. That I don't know.
She couldn't possibly know because she was in the house trying on hats, drunk,
Yeah.
on the phone with Allie. Later, she was on the phone with Sherry. She wouldn't have known. She couldn't have possibly known because she's not going to search with them.
No, she wasn't paying attention. She didn't care.
Didn't care or not worried because she knows she's not on that property.
Both. Yeah. She's not there on that property. She knows where she's at. That's just what I think. Yeah.
Goodness.
She's more worried about them messing up her house and not
And
her
Ernie-
missing daughter.
And this right here, like I said, I don't know anything about Ernie, his team, or anything like that. But this not wanting people to search any further or come look again for Summer is not a big surprise to me. Her own mother, when someone talks about searching for her daughter, Rose Bly, does not want it to happen.
See, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That clears a lot up right there.
Barbara said, why should she search when she knows where she is? Exactly. She's basically
Yeah.
telling us, don't waste your time. They've already made a big old mess out of my house and caused a lot of bullshit, is what she said.
Yep.
See. So, I was wanting to take a boots on the ground team, some hard hitters, and just search the area or something. Somebody said something
Man,
about a
I
basement.
I don't give a fuck what anybody does as long as they don't go fucking surfing around on my property.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying.
She doesn't care what anybody does as long as they're not on her property.
I mean, how can we get back out to the caves if we can't get on the property? I didn't know. Are they alternate routes that we can do it?
On my property, there ain't no cave.
Okay.
But a little bit ago, she didn't know. Did I hear that wrong?
No, and I'm sorry, I hate to laugh, but it's just like we get it. There's nothing on your property. We get it. But he's trying to ask, how to get beyond your property. Are there other routes? There are no caves over here.
Mm-mm. Why doesn't she just go ahead and say, look, Ernie, and for everybody listening, she's not on this property. Let's play Clue. Let's play the game of Clue. Clue 1, she's not on this property. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Funny, she says, my property.
So how big of a
There ain't no cave, there's no dug-ins, there's nothing like that on my property.
Well, how big of a piece of property are we looking at for your property? How many acres? An acre? Is it 2 acres? What is it?
It's a few.
A few acres? Okay.
But I know I've been all around my property, on my property, and I know damn well there ain't no caves or no tunnels on my property. That I know for a fact.
And she wouldn't lie because it's not in her metabolism.
That's right.
I believe
That's
it's
right.
11.2 acres. I saw that
Is it really?
I saw that on the tax bill because Metabolism Candace paid the property taxes in February. This is
That's
a woman
right.
who drives around without car insurance, without a tag on the Subaru, because we know when Don got the DUI, he also got tickets for no car insurance, no tag, but she made sure to pay those property taxes. Quite
Yeah.
a responsible citizen. That is in her metabolism.
Mm.
No tunnel.
No tunnels, no caves, no whatever, in-ground swimming pool, whatever you fucking want to call it.
Okay.
In-ground swimming pool, like we thought you would have one of those, Candace.
Right.
Okay. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. In-ground swimming pool. I don't want an in-ground swimming pool. I look for one of them.
What the?
Okay. Okay. I
I'm
just
just saying,
wondered. I didn't.
Ain't no shit like that on my property.
Okay.
We know.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you know,
Oh,
I've got. Let's see how I can put this the easy way to make it, not everybody get mad at me or nothing. But I've got a few pictures, and I just wonder where they came from. How far is the ball tunnel from you?
like over, I want to say at least 30, 35 minutes, if not longer.
Okay, so it's 35 minutes away from you, right?
Yeah, I ain't.
Okay.
They say all
Okay.
kinds of shit about Sensible Tunnel now.
Right. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I've been there. It ain't nothing but a fucking drive-through.
I know, but there's one that's like, ain't they like I've been to both of them. Ain't they like a fake one and ain't they like a real one or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I just been through the one that you drive straight through. That's the only one I've ever been to.
And she knows it's 35 minutes away.
Right.
When is she going to figure out that people are talking to her to find Summer, not help her? And we're going to get to Dawn in a minute, okay? The show is actually about Dawn's phone call. I'm just kind of leading up to it.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was just wondering. I mean, I didn't know how far law enforcement actually looked, and I know you seen how big of a response we got out of searching, right? You seen what people was wanting to do. I mean, you seen I've got military, I've got bikers, I've got everybody ready to go. So I just didn't know. What was going on. But law enforcement's already searched it, and you're sure that we wouldn't find nothing. So I guess, but what about the others? I mean, like somebody's saying that there's a bunch of tunnels. Because what we was going to do, we have a chopper. We was going to fly over low enough and get videography of everything, and then put together a digital, like we could put together a digital plan, like from that, just to see exactly where it was going on.
Okay, I don't know about him having a helicopter and everything. Don't know, don't care. TBI has had amazing equipment out there. Drones, planes, helicopters, and everything. I just want to hear her response.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I told you is what I told you, and that's all I know.
Right.
But you told nothing, except that you don't have a ground pool.
Can I ask you a question? Where was that little shoe found?
The what?
The shoe.
I have no idea.
I hear something about a shoe somebody found. Was that supposed to be in your daughter's shoe or something? Somebody found?
I don't know.
Benny?
There were so many rumors about all that shit. I don't even know.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay. Because somebody was bragging that they found a shoe. That was Benny, I think. BK had the shoe. I didn't know.
That was probably when that dumbass was at the house and he found that shoe outside the house. But my kids, man, they take their shoes off wherever they are in the yard and throw them out there.
Right. Kids always do that. Kids do that a lot.
Okay, I don't know anything about a shoe or how it would even be relevant right now because Summer hasn't been there since, June 15th.
He took it for a souvenir or something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
But like you said, it's irrelevant. For sure.
I don't see what that has to do with anything. And it seems like it was kind of brought up to see what she would say or get a reaction or throw her off a little bit. That's kind of what it seems to me. Either way, I mean, that has nothing to do with it. She doesn't want people out there searching her property. Love how she took ownership real quick of that. It's an inconvenience to her. So that I give up now on the whole Summer could have just wandered off and could be somewhere on that property because it's basically no use to her for anyone, whether it's, she named specifically LE, TBI, FBI. She even said caused a lot of bullshit and made a big ass mess, she said. That's what she did.
Dave Radar, if I'm not mistaken, I know he went 2 miles out from that property in a 2-mile radius, and they really searched within 2 miles from that house out. So that area was searched thoroughly. But like you said, I don't think this call is about that. This call is about her reaction to having people come up there. And what's more important to her is the mess that they make and not finding her daughter.
Right.
You know, that always comes last anyways. You know, the boys and Summer. It's always and Summer.
And Summer. Summer's always the afterthought. When I hear the disdain in her voice and the inconveniences that her metabolism will not put up with, really pisses me off to no end. But it does tell me, when she said last week, there was no scream, dude. Okay, she said it just like that. There was no scream. And now, LE, TBI, FBI, they've searched it. They caused a lot of bullshit and made a big ass mess. So we can forget about Summer just wandering off. Okay, we can rule that one out. That's just from what she's saying.
Right.
Now we get to a phone call recorded between Ernie and Dawn. This phone call, I'm going to play it all the way through. Then we're going to go back and we're going to break it down, because this phone call is beyond disturbing.
I've only heard a little bit of this, so.
Ugh. Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess brace ourselves, trigger warnings.
Yeah, well, I'm loading this. You guys take a second to like the video and sub the channel. We got a lot of new names in here. Love it, love it, love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, here we go.
The thing, you know, if there was some, you know, and it's got to be a predator. Only a predator would come up here and take our daughter. This is not going to be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. 90% of the time, when someone takes a little girl or whatever, or boy even, 90% of the time it's because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody has hurt her, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her, probably killed her. Let's be realistic. This ain't gonna be good. And because of all the pressure and YouTube and the TV shows and everything else, they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence, and they probably killed her. I mean, let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
Funny little look, you know. And you've probably seen that picture, but she looks just like my sister. It's so weird. She looks just like my real sister.
You hear him laugh? She looks just like my sister.
She eats some chocolate. She has that dirty face, and she goes out and
Hold on a second.
this is an evil world. The only hope we have is in Christ. That's it.
You know, she's a beautiful little girl, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. You know, what's strange is she looks like my sister. She looks so much like my sister. That one picture of her where she's in my, I had an old 83 Ford black truck. I always took her to the store. Like if we went to the store for something, you know, I'd say, Summer, you want to go? She's like, yeah, let's go. But she eats some chocolate. She has that dirty face, so she gives that little funny little look, you know. You've probably seen that picture, but she looks just like my sister. It's so weird. She looks just like my real
Sonya.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She was just like my sister. Oh, man. I love her. Where's
Okay, so we're gonna go to the beginning.
Hmm.
Is our faces about to fall off with this yet or not?
Yeah, a little bit.
Mhm.
Ooh.
What parent says this when your child is missing? Now, it was creepy enough when he was talking to WVLT, explaining Summer gasping for air. He thinks that they
Yeah.
went down the dog trail. I don't think any of that happened. That was creepy enough. This phone call makes me sick.
Yeah.
Makes me sick.
And the references to his sister, he said it, I think I counted 6 times.
Mhm.
I could be wrong, but he just over and over, like he was reimagining his sister at 5 years old looking like Summer.
That's
He
sick.
kept saying it 5 to 6 times over and over.
Mhm.
And the fact that, he's going through, well, somebody kidnapped her or the predator took her, and then, because of YouTube and TV, he had to get rid of evidence, so he killed her. Like,
Mhm.
why would you say that? Why would you think that? I know crazy thoughts would run through your head as a parent, what could be possibly happening, but a normal person would say, no, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to think positive and just pray that my kid is found. What do I need to do? And get out there, but not be on phone calls and YouTube talking about this is what I think happened. I mean, it's almost like the OJ book. If I had done it, is what it reminds me of.
Oh, great comparison. And
You
he's talking
know?
about predators. He's the damn predator. You know how I know?
Mhm.
He has
Mhm.
disassociated himself since the beginning. So has Candace. They can't even say her name or use her name in present tense.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's psychotic. This phone call is psychotic. All right, now we're gonna break it down. Okay, I got the closed captions on.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how this Ernie guy sat through this phone call without losing his mind.
I
I'm
know.
only listening to, I'm only overhearing it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And it makes me sick.
Ugh. It's disgusting.
So either he is telling on himself or he is wishing this upon his daughter. I don't know. I hope TBI, FBI, LE, whoever has the case right now, goes and talks to his sister Sonya.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
No.
but the thing, if there was some, and it's got to be a predator. Only a predator would come up here and take our daughter.
Only a predator would come up here and take our daughter.
Daughter.
Uh-huh.
Daughter.
Only a predator.
Nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they never say her name again.
So, yeah, I mean, it goes without saying that only a predator would kidnap your daughter. The FBI card unit has said no abduction.
Nope.
We heard Candace previously talking about the property. No reason to search there, so we can give up that she wandered off. So is this foul play or is there an accident they covered up? What do you guys
Right.
think?
Excuse me.
Sounds to me like Dawn is the predator.
Yeah. I think he's the predator. I think Candace did something, and I think there's a cover up. I think it was a foul play.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many things that happened that day along the way to show there was a little bit of planning. Getting grandma to the emergency room, leaving the boys at home, taking Summer, calling Hunter out of the blue
Yes.
when they have it, there was a falling out. So
too many
all of that.
oddities. Too many oddities for one day.
Exactly.
But only and on top of all the weird stuff that was going on that day.
Mm-hmm.
Just making a trip to the ER is out of the norm in anyone's life, okay? It is.
Right.
It's just not something you do every day. So, I mean, on top of that, like you said, calling Hunter out of the blue, impromptu, going swimming, buying him the twisted tea, buying him the vapes. I mean, all the oddities of the day, leaving the 3 boys at home alone. That I will never understand. You would be hyper vigilant because you already have a missing person in your family. Rose Bly has been missing for many, many years. You would never think to leave your children unsupervised, knowing that your sister disappeared. Left 3 boys home alone. And now we hear then a predator is on the property. So here we go.
This is not going to be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. 90% of the time when someone...
Oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. So what are you saying, Dawn? What is the bad situation? Those are his words, not mine.
Yep.
What is the bad situation? Let's talk about that. Oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. What is the bad situation? Yes, we know that their house is in shambles. We know their house is a mess. Okay, so besides, the house needs serious cleanup, what is the bad situation that she would need to be saved from?
I think it's SA to me.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not, but they don't ever stop. They don't, the recidivism rate on people like that who do get caught is very, very high. They just end up back in the system over and over again.
Well, you listen right there what he said. I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. What's the bad situation, Dawn? It's your home. She's your daughter. What are you saying, Dawn? What is the bad situation? This recording upsets me to no end.
Yes.
What is the bad situation? Now he goes into statistics. 90% of the time, here we go. 90% of the time when someone, here we go.
Someone takes a little girl or whatever, or even, 90% of the time is because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody has hurt her, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her.
Okay, I gotta pause it right there because it makes me sick at my stomach. So 90% of the time he says it's a predator. He mentions SA and probably beat the beep out of her. Huh. It's a lot of detail, don't you think?
Yeah. And why would you say that? And say it so nonchalant, like he's reading a story. Yep. This is what I think happened. They just beat the out of her and la 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 la. That gives me goosebumps right now. It makes me shake. It makes me want to punch his face in and grab both of them and say, "Where is your beautiful daughter, Summer?" It's ridiculous.
Between him saying the SA beat the bleep out of her, and nobody's just going to say, I love Summer and save her from a bad situation. It's like, you're telling on yourself, Dawn. How many red flags can we catch in this 2.5 minute clip? Hang on one second. I got to go blow my nose. I'm about to sneeze all over the computer. Shannon, you can.
Oh, I'll bless you. I'll bless you. Oh, I can't see chat right now. I'm wondering what you guys all think about all this. I cannot believe he just says it so easily. It's almost like he's either reliving it himself or I don't know what he's doing. Hold on. Let's see if I can get into my computer and see chat real quick.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's
the only thing I like about spring is it leads to summer.
Yeah.
Summertime weather. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Carla says, I agree. He's telling on himself. Mama K, who recorded this? Ernie recorded this. This is his phone call with Dawn, and it is the most disturbing phone call of Dawn's I've heard thus far. And that says a lot. That says a lot. Because we've heard some very disturbing things out of Dawn.
As if he's hurt. Like I was saying, as if he's actually done this himself, reliving it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it like that, but it just, the affect is not there, and it's all wrong. It just does not fit.
Nope. And the first thing that I heard in the phone call, I've listened to it many times, is when he said, they're not just going to say, I love Summer and rescue her from a bad situation. Who the hell would say that? So he knows it's a bad situation on Ben Hill Road. He knows it. He's saying
he just gave it away. Yeah, he gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good there.
Then he says 90% of the time it's a predator. Okay, so I don't know where he got 90%, but he's the statistics guy now.
That's way off.
Beat the bleep out of her, and then he brings up SA.
Which I'm surprised, because you would think somebody who is being accused of this would try to stay under the radar of even mentioning this type of situation, and yet he mentions it with his daughter with a stranger, or excuse me, a predator. And it's like, are you talking about yourself?
He is talking about himself.
Yeah.
He damn sure is. He
has to be
way too comfortable in this conversation to be talking about anything except himself.
Right.
It's like when he was on WVLT. We've watched that interview many, many times. We saw the nasty mattress. We saw him banging on the refrigerator saying, I don't know what she was doing. Then he talks about the abductor grabbing her, struggling with her down the hill, and she's gasping for air, is what he said. Now we hear this. SA beat the bleep out of her, but it wasn't someone that loves Summer and wants to save her from a bad situation. So just basically the first 40 seconds of this conversation. Don't think this hasn't gotten back to TBI, FBI, Hawkins County. And
Absolutely.
They haven't watched it many, many times. Many times. Beth of Echo Daydream, thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
Ooh.
I don't know how any parent of a missing child can speak this way. Here we go. Probably killed her. So now he's saying it right there. We've got SA beaten and probably killed her. What he's not explaining to us is why they have thoroughly searched your property many times and are looking not far from your house.
Nope.
Dawn?
Let's be realistic. This ain't gonna be good.
Let's be realistic. This ain't gonna be good.
How does he know that? Come on.
How
does he know that?
How does he know that?
Because he does.
And because of all the pressure and YouTube and the TV shows and everything else, they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence, and they probably killed her.
What does YouTube and TV have to do with anything? Is he saying because it's how it's portrayed? on the internet or on TV, because he says they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence and they probably killed her. What evidence would they be getting rid of, Dawn?
Right. And YouTube stuff happened more or less a month or two after is when a month after is when it really started to catch on YouTube, and then you got a lot of the other crazy stuff start coming in 2 months in. So that sentence in its entirety doesn't fly with me, because that's him pointing blame. That's his way of getting his digs to the YouTuber community, because I'm going to blame them for her getting killed because they had to hide evidence. Well, what evidence?
I guess what he is trying to say, because I don't think either him or Candace ever thought this would be as big as it is. I don't think that they ever thought that at all. So what he is saying that at one point she could have been alive, but because of TV and YouTube, which he has handily been involved with and cooperated with, he said they probably wanted to get rid of her, hide the evidence.
They got their work cut out for them up there. They sure do, because he's telling on himself in a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He said they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence. I would have a very hard time with my child missing, period. But I could not refer to my missing child as evidence.
No,
okay?
I couldn't either.
What evidence, Dawn? Let's find out. Hang on one second. LB said, remember, Don couldn't say he wanted the person in jail. Very early on, whoever did it, he didn't want them in jail.
Yep, because and Don hates jail. He did not want to go back. He did not want to go back. So that goes hand in hand, in my opinion. What she just said, that Don said back in the day. That's an answer. If you ask any good parent that, they don't have to have time to think about it. You're not gonna want to know what I do. I'll end up in prison. Let's just put it that way. You'd say something like that instead of, well, I wouldn't want him to go to jail or prison because it's not a good place to go. You never want to go there.
Never want to go there.
What?
But then even before the DUI, he had put in his mind, he was like, if I go to jail, I'm just going to get a tan, eat good food, work out. That's what he was saying. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Well, he's not eating good food now, and he's not playing basketball in the yard or working out. He's segregated. No,
because he's in the county jail too. He's not in the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, nah.
Right there, they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence, and they probably killed her. The evidence what he says when he says the evidence, that bothers me to no end. Now, mind you, mentioning SA, beating her, and all of it bothers me. But right there, they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence. Not to mention, he admitted there's a bad situation there. Nobody just loved Summer and came to take her and save her from a bad situation. Now we hear they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence, and they probably killed her. That is a mortifying statement.
Exactly.
Let's be realistic.
Funny little look, And you've probably seen that picture, but she looks just like my sister. It's so weird. She looks just like my real sister.
You hear him laugh? She looks just like my sister.
She eats some chocolate. She has that dirty face. She gives out milk.
Hold on a second.
This is an evil world. The only hope we have is in Christ. That's it.
Okay,
so now we circle back to the Bible. The only hope we have is in Christ. That's just typical Don telling us things like that. But he's kind of laughing when he says she looks like my sister.
Yeah.
That was so random
Mm-hmm.
and just out of the blue.
Out of the blue. Yeah. At 5 years old. Didn't he say that too? When she was 5 years old?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
who thinks about their sister at 5 years old like that in this situation?
Yeah.
Keep telling on yourself, Dawn.
That's what I'm saying. Keep telling on
Yeah.
yourself.
Beautiful. She's a beautiful little girl, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. You know, what's
Okay, so now what strikes me as odd is now he's talking in present tense. I mean,
Mhm.
she's very beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, so that's a present tense statement.
Uh,
And he uses that after comparing her to his sister. Does anyone else find that odd, or am I reading too much into this?
no, I think that's odd, and I I don't know if he knows now enough to turn it on and off when he's not been under the influence. I don't know. But he's done this a lot. He's used both him and Candace have used past tense. Candace really has more than anything. He'll catch himself. So I don't know if he's just doing that or what. It's hard to tell sometimes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, it definitely makes sense. I just find it really strange that after talking about his sister, now we're using present tense to describe Summer.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's always been was.
But and it's like head where it's and it's you know
Uh-oh, Shannon, you're losing connection, girlfriend. You sound like a robot.
am I back?
Yeah. All right, so
Okay,
here
sorry.
we go. Robot Peach.
strange is she looks like my sister.
So he says it again. You know what's strange is she looks like my sister.
She looks so much like my sister. That one picture of her where she's in my, I had an old 83 Ford black truck. She's, me and her, I always took her to the store. Like if we went to the store for something, you know, I'd say, Summer, you want to go? She's like, yeah, let's go. And but she eats some chocolate. She has that dirty face, so she gives that little funny little look, you know. And you've probably seen that picture, but she looks just like my sister. It's so weird. She looks just like my real sister, Sonia.
She looks just like my real sister, Sonia. He makes sure to let us know it's not a stepsister, half sister,
Yep.
real sister.
And that was about
Sonia.
5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She looks just like my sister. Oh, man. I love her with all my heart, bro. I'm lucky. So, oh my gosh.
Ugh. Mm-mm.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on this? I want to hear from you. I really, really hope that since this has been circulating, I think since Saturday night, TBI, FBI, whoever has gotten a hold of the sister if they hadn't already.
Right. I hope that they have. I worry about the other case for different reasons. He just, that is the most disturbing call or words that I've heard come out of his mouth since this case started. It really is. And it was like, do you know how pedos will relive moments as they speak them?
Yep.
In a sick way? That's what I'm kind of seeing with him. is he's reliving moments in his head. That's just the tone of his voice, the way he says it. And he just couldn't get out of his mind. God, she looks just like my little sister when, she just looks just like her. He said it like 5, 6, 7 times.
Somebody counted 7 times.
7. Okay, 7. I knew
7
it was
times.
somewhere close. Yes. Yep. That's alarming to me. That's scary. This man's sick. And like I said, the recidivism rate with these kind of people, they don't just stop. They really don't.
Hang on one second. Mr. Tomato Head, that's a huge leap considering there's no evidence he did anything to his sister or Summer. I get it, and we're not making any accusations. We're going off of what came out of his mouth. We just had to hear. He is the father of a missing little girl, and he's putting that energy out into the universe.
And he has admitted inappropriate essay with his other sisters. So this isn't far-fetched from that. We're just discussing this. That's all we're doing.
Yep.
And it came from his mouth.
Clearly just discussing how just disgusting and disturbing this phone call is. It's a lot to take in. We're going to go through the phone call again later in the week. I don't want to keep, replaying it and replaying it and replaying it because it is very disturbing and it's hard to hear. I had a really hard time getting through it. It's like a 2-minute clip. I had a very hard time listening to it.
I did too. That's why I told you I didn't even hear the whole thing. Because I was like, no, I think I've heard enough. Well, I can't. It just, and it's sad because I know each and every one of us, all we think about is, where is Summer? Where is that beautiful little girl? Where is she? And if she's not with us anymore, we need to bring her to peace. And then we need to have justice so that something like this doesn't ever happen again to somebody else's little kid.
Yeah. Sad thing is it will, because people are sick.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take care of their children. They just don't. And for him to come out and say this, now mind you, this was months ago because he's been in jail since February 7th, I believe. Right. This was, oh man, I hope this was turned over and not just, somebody told the TBI it's out there. I hope it was turned over first. I really do. From what I understand,
I hope so too.
From what I understand, It was.
Okay. That's good then. Jeez, it's so disturbing. And then, as he's saying it, you're sitting there trying not to picture what he's saying. So it triggers you into, whoa, but you have to listen in order to figure him out.
Yep. Beck B said, do Ellie listen to YouTubers? Curious. They do when it's about when Dawn and Candace are on there. It was said by the TBI. I don't exactly remember when. It might be on their frequently asked questions where they said that they do heavily monitor social media.
Yeah.
So when they're on Facebook talking about Jezebel, cartels, Joe Biden, or posting about things that have nothing to do with Summer, or particularly when they're on YouTube talking, yeah, they say they heavily monitor it.
Yeah. I would if I was law enforcement, especially now that Candace is full on out there.
Oh yeah, they watch social media.
Yeah.
All right. So before I start winding this down, because like I said, that recording's a lot to take in. I'm certainly not here to upset anybody. These are Dawn's words that were recorded, and they are a lot. They are a lot. It's very hard to hear someone say that, not just about their own child, but any child.
Right. Correct.
It is disgusting. Okay. Totally disgusting. All right. So before I wrap this up, I'm going to get into some breaking news over the weekend.
Ooh. Okay.
All day, tributes have been pouring in for Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. He died suddenly last night at the age of 50. CBS's Lilia Luciano is in West Hollywood with the latest. Lilia, good evening.
Good evening to you, Adriana. Officials in Colombia are saying that Hawkins died in a hotel in Bogota, but the initial call was for chest pains. And now the Attorney General in Colombia revealed that they found 10 different substances in his body in an initial toxicology report, including benzodiazepines, opioids, and antidepressants. As that investigation continues, of course, the tributes will continue to roll in. Taylor Hawkins was a spirited and ferocious drummer of the Foo Fighters for more than 2 decades, backing another legendary drummer, band frontman, and his best friend, Dave Grohl.
I don't necessarily miss being the drummer because I have the greatest drummer in the world.
At first, it took me a while to find my place. It really did. But he never made it hard.
Last night, first responders removed his body from a hotel in Bogota, Colombia, where the band was scheduled to perform. Hawkins was born in Texas, but raised in Southern California, where he dreamed of drumming to big crowds since he was 10 years old. Among his first big breaks was playing with Alanis Morissette on the smashing Jagged Little Pill tour.
I wanted to be Roger Taylor. I wanted to be in Queen. And, I wanted to play stadiums.
And he did just that, playing for the last time just 6 days ago in Argentina with his Foos brothers. News of his death gutted the rock music world. Ringo Starr tweeted, "God bless Taylor. Mick Jagger, so incredibly sad." With the Foo Fighters, Taylor won 12 Grammys, and the band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just last year.
And thanks, everyone.
Taylor Hawkins was 50 years old. The Foo Fighters played here at this legendary troubadour several times. The last time was in 2020. The venue will put up a memorial with posters to honor his life and remarkable career. Adriana.
Such sad news. Lilia Luciano, thank you.
Yeah, very, very sad. That hit a lot of us very hard. That generation of music, and died way, way too soon. Way too soon. We know why. We know why, but it's still heartbreaking to a lot of people. And it's also extremely heartbreaking what has happened to Summer Wells, and listening to the phone call from her father made me sick at my stomach. I'm not going to lie.
Me too.
It made me sick to my stomach. All right, guys, I'm going to wind this down. Let everybody get on to their Monday. I've got a couple of things I have to do, and then I'm going to be back around 12:30. Discord live. We're going to do, I think, part 3 of the thing about Pam. So come on over to Discord, come into general voice chat, and we're going to go through part 3 of the thing about Pam. I know Shannon won't miss it, and a lot of you won't. It's fun. It's a good way to start our week.
Yep.
Shannon, as always,
yes,
for being an awesome person and an awesome friend, and
well,
always having a very interesting conversation. Let's all hear it for Shannon, Georgia Peach.
Woo woo, peachy, peachy. Thank you guys so much.
All right,
y'all have a peachy day. I'll see you soon.
She gone. All right, guys. Thanks for being here on a Monday morning and having to listen to something so disturbing. Yep, we're going to have to go through it again. I apologize, but we will. We will. So I want to thank you to the Mod Squad. Don't know how you guys do it. And more than anything, all of you. You know, you come in every day. You're not giving up on any of these cases. You're open-minded. We agree to disagree. Best chat and best community on YouTube. I will see you back in Discord in a couple of hours, and then tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central. You guys, hands down, the best. Bye-bye.